right there, Latin AP. Let's do book 1, 418 to 440. Okay? You've already summarized everything that's happened, so before you do this, just kind of refresh yourself, and here we go. Now, obviously translate from 418 to 440. Here we go. Corripuere viam terra qua semita mostrat. Iam quescendebant colem qui plurimus urbi iminet, adversas que aspectat de superarchis. Meanwhile, they being Aeneas and Catis, they took to the road, wherever the path showed itself, and pretty soon they were climbing the hill, which looms very large over a city, and which looks from above at the citadels opposite it. Citadels, again, are the towers that are on the top of a wall. Aeneas marvels at the construction, which had formerly been huts, and he marvels at the gates and the noise and the beds for the roads. So they're building roads. So just keep track of all the things he's marveling at. Keep track of what gets listed, because we're going to hopefully get to talk about that. Okay, burning with eagerness, like burning with with like the joy of working. You know, it's like the beginning of the movie Dumbo. The Tyrians press on. Tyrians are, let's see, these are the people of Carthage. Some were extending the walls and fortifying them, and fortifying the citadel. And they were rolling rocks up the hill with their hands. Some chose a place for a building and were enclosing it with a furrow. They were digging basically foundation posts, holes. They, being the Tyrians, they're selecting laws and officials and a revered senate. Here, some are digging out ports. Here, others are putting high foundations for theaters, and they're cutting huge columns out of the cliffs, huge or tall decorations for future stages. And just as, this is where Vergil gets real big on bees. So just as work busies the bee under the sun through a flowery country in the summer, when they, the bees, bring forth full-grown offspring of their species, or when they, the bees, cram the dripping honeycomb and stretch the cells with their sweet nectar, or when they, the bees, receive the loads of those incoming, in other words, pollen, or when they, the bees, lined up in a row, ward off the lazy drones from the hives. The work heats up, and the fragrant honey smells of thyme. That's the what do you call it? The spice, not spice. Is that a spice? The herb. He says, Aeneas says, "Oh, fortunate ones, of whom the walls now rise," or all. I'm going to say already rise, because it makes it even sadder for him. So he's like hella jealous that they've got a city already. And he looks up at the heights of the city. And he carries himself along, wrapped up in an invisible cloud. It's a thing that is marvelous to tell. Through their midst, in the middle of them. And he mixes with the men, and he is seen not by anyone. So now I want you to read from 441 to 493 and summarize what happens. All right? I'm going to hit the button.